This is my beginner stitches tutorial, and in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to do the cluster stitch. Cluster stitch is so easy if you know how to do a double crochet. What you do, I've just done a row of single crochets. What I'm going to do is chain 2, because clusters use double crochets, so you want to chain 2 when using a double crochet. So to make the cluster stitch, all you do, you yarn over, you go into a stitch, you pull up, you go through only 2, just like you would do a normal double crochet, except you leave the last one on. Instead of finishing the double crochet and pulling through the last 2, just leave it on your hook. And you want to yarn over, go into the same stitch as before, pull up a loop, and you go through 2 here also. Now you have 3 loops on your hook. Again, yarn over, go into the same stitch, pull up a loop, and then pull through 2. Now you have 4 on your hook. And now you want to pull through all 4 loops. And that is how you make a cluster. And you chain 1 to end the cluster, just to keep it all together. So it's usually part of the stitch. It's very important when you're working with a pattern that asks for clusters that you pay attention to the amount that they say, because some can only be 3 cluster like I just did. Some would be 4 or 5. So you need to pay attention. When they say cluster, don't just assume it's 3. It could be more. Usually they have a little note there that'll say how many times you need to yarn over and pull through 2 loops before you finish the cluster. Now I'm going to show you that again in slow-mo. And doing cluster, it's extra stitches, so you typically need to skip 1 to 2 stitches depending on how many clusters you have. For this one, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to skip 1 stitch because I'm only doing 3 clusters. So you yarn over, And that's how you do the cluster stitch. This is only 3. So let me go to the next row and I'll show you how to work it in rows. Okay, I made it to my end. I have 1 stitch here. I'm going to chain 1 and then do a double crochet in my last stitch. Then I'm going to chain 2 and turn. Now to do the cluster stitch in the second row, you're going to be working in the tops of the cluster stitches. You yarn over and you go into that stitch that you did the connection, and I will go ahead and do this cluster and I'll show you exactly the connection I'm talking about. When you pull through all the loops and you chain 1, you're creating a hole at the top, and that's the stitch we're going to be using. You want to chain 1 and then yarn over, and again working in this top stitch. You're going to be doing a cluster as normal, only pulling through 2 loops at a time. Then when you got your 4 loops on the hook, you pull through all 4 and you chain 1. And again, just keep working down until you have all your clusters done on this row. And again, when you come to the end, all you want to do is chain 2. Sorry, off the screen there. You want to chain 2 and turn. And again, you want to do your puff stitch in this stitch, making sure you chain at least 1 between each. And at the end, you'll do a double crochet, chain 2, turn your work, and then just continue. And this is how you do the cluster stitch. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more beginner videos.